How's it going, everybody? This is Jake King from the Nocturnal. I am joined by my two very special guests here, three-time Daytime Emmy Award nominee and star of Days of Our Lives, Stacy Haiduk, and her daughter from Amazon's Samaritan and Riverdale, Sophia Tatum. And they are here to promote their directorial debut, a short horror film called Brand New Cadillac, which will be having its LA premiere at LA Screamfest. How's it going, guys?
Good.
Good, good. How are you?
Doing great.
Well, thank you so much for having us.
Yes, it's wonderful.
My pleasure to have you here. Well, let me tell you something. I saw the short last night, and I have to say that I thought this was really unique, really fun, and I thought a very solid short horror film.
Oh,
you.
thank you
That means a lot. Thank
so
you so
much.
So
We
I'm,
had a ball.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What was it like, the both of you directing together as mother and daughter?
I think it was a ball. I think we work really, really well together. We complement each other really, really well. And it was just kind of easy-ish, like
Easy-ish.
yeah,
Easy-ish.
like
I mean, there was a lot of other complications that went on with the car and the Cadillac, and the weather out in Palmdale, which was 108, 109.
yeah.
The car stalled many, many times before, not during, but before and after the shoot. But I think for us,
No, our relationship directing together is, I think, very good.
we complement each other, and it was the reason I was the one who brought up wanting to do a film with her, because we would do these photo shoots. My daughter's a photographer as well. And so we would go on these weird photo shoots that she would go, "Hey, are you into going out to the Mojave Desert today?" And I'm like, yeah,
Very
sure, let's
impressive.
go out. And so we'd go out there and shoot some, shots, and then,
I don't
for
know, it just kind of started the spark of like, oh, it could be cool to work together in more of a setting that we both are inspired by, which is just the film industry. And this project kind of started over like last 4 years,
yeah,
and then we kind of
finally came
bit the
together
bullet.
yeah, about
And
a year ago.
yeah, it was a pure pleasure. I love working with her. She's awesome to work with.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's yeah, I wanted to ask you about the car too, like the titular star of the film. You said that it
Yeah.
stalled a lot. Like, was it really that difficult to work with in the desert?
Yes, she had problems. She was very temperamental and did not like the heat, like
Yeah.
myself. But yeah. So we shot out in Palmdale for 2 days, and then we did pickups a kind of like a couple months later, and we rented the same car again. And it's a long drive from LA to Palmdale, and it was during the summer, so it's hot, and it's an old car, and it broke down a lot. And we got to set late a lot.
Yeah,
And
and I had to drive this big monstrosity to from LA to Palmdale, and it was just all I could do was panic. And I remember our I think it was our makeup artist
Mhm.
driving behind me for the
Just to make
first
sure.
day, and she's like, she's going 30 to 40 miles on the highway. We're not going to get there for another, hour and a half. So just
Yeah.
deal with, because it was like I could barely touch the pedal.
When you're just
So I
short.
was like literally, I'm not short.
You're short.
So I was like literally driving this
I
thing.
had no issues, but you did.
I know.
I
And then
should
at
go with that.
night I would have to drive this machine home, which has barely any headlights. So I would panic my whole way driving home. So it had its
It looks
issues. It
great,
looks cool though.
but it was a pain in the ass to work with.
Well, I'll tell you, all the difficulties, you would never know that with the film. It looks like it drives just as if it just came out of the dealership.
That is
Yeah, there
movie
you go.
magic.
That's it.
Yeah. But, yeah.
Something else I also want to talk about, like speaking of looks, is the look of the film. When I was watching it, like it had this like widescreen aspect to it, but also had some filters on it. It kind of looked like a road movie from the 70s.
Hmm.
Yep.
Was can you tell me a little bit about what inspired the look of the film? Like how why you chose to like shoot it this way?
Go that way. Well, I think I'm heavily inspired, and I know she is too, about just 70s film. And it's just, we wanted that look to it. It's kind of, I like hypersaturation, so just very saturated, bright colors. Um, and I don't know. It was kind of something that we had discussed with our colorist after we shot the movie. It was just like, what direction do we want to go in, to kind of make this feel? And he just did a really beautiful job of coloring it. And I'm like, yeah, keep pushing the saturation, keep pushing those hyper contrast and nice highlights. And yeah, he just created this beautiful, very glowing, very warm.
But it was what you wanted to, and we what was kind of unique about this piece too is that we did use the digital, the Aria, Aria Alexa, yeah. And we started with that, and we didn't have a lot of what we wanted, and so we were going to go back and do reshoots. And I remember her from the beginning saying she would love to do a mix like digital with film and this and that. And so I said, we just got done watching Winning Time, and I'm like, what if we went with your original idea?
And
Maybe,
incorporated some
yeah,
film aspects
she has
as well.
a little what is it, 8mm?
No, Super 8.
Super 8. And I thought, oh, we could just do it that way. It would be cheaper. But it wasn't working at the time. But she had a friend of hers who has a 16mm camera. So we did a lot of shots in between. So it kind of mixed with the digital. And I think,
yeah, I think it also adds to just like the old school feel of it, as well, having the contrast between the mixed medias of new and old school. I think both of us heavily love vintage and anything old. So it was just pulling from a lot of 70s, 80s, 50s film noir movies to create this look. So very based off of old Hollywood and vintage.
And it turned out, to me, I think it really is beautiful. It's beautiful to look at. And I felt blessed afterwards, and, like, wow, that's our film. That's really gorgeous.
No, our colorist did a super.
Our colorist did us justice.
Yeah, really making those deserts pop.
Yeah.
Nicely, I think.
Yeah.
It really does pop, and so does the blood too, which I think makes it perfect for a horror film fest.
Cool. I think so too.
Love the blood.
So, for those who haven't seen it, what would you say that this film is about? Like, if someone came up to you and asked you what this film was about, what would you tell them?
Well, when it started, how would I describe it? I mean, I just wanted a road trip movie.
I've never seen the movie before, and to describe it briefly, it's a mother-daughter road trip movie, but the mom happens to be a vampire, and the daughter, having 23 of her chromosomes, happens to be a wannabe serial killer. And it's their journey of developing a relationship with each other after being estranged for so long, mixed with the need to get mom fed. So you have this juxtaposition of mother-daughter relationship, and in heightened circumstances of them being horror people, of mom being a vampire and we're killing people. Yeah.
And it's a lot of it has to do with the relationship and their journey that they take. And because this is the first time the mother has had her own, flesh and blood as a collector. Usually it's just somebody you don't know, and she can tell them exactly what to do. But because it's her daughter is a little petulant, with wanting to do it her way and thinking this is the coolest way to do it, very artistic. So it kind of is
hopefully showcasing a mother and daughter relationship, but just in a very, very heightened
sense,
horror-based sense. I think hopefully most mothers and daughters will kind of understand the duality between that relationship. It's very extreme, very loving, very anger, irritation. There's so many feelings going on between that relationship. And I love horror. And I was like, if we're going to make a movie, it has to be horror. And she wanted to do a mother-daughter road trip movie. And I'm like, all right, let's make it horror.
Yeah, so she just said there has to be blood, a lot of blood. And that was that's how this all came to be.
Well, I think it all really paid off, because
thank you
everything
so much.
That you mentioned there, that whole combination, like, I got all that from watching this film.
Thank you.
That makes us very happy.
Yeah, it does.
I only just found out today that this was a short film that's going to be leading into a feature.
Yeah.
What
Yes.
can you say that audiences can expect from the feature? Where will the mother and daughter go from here?
Oh God,
so many places.
a lot.
It's kind of a fun
If you
ride, and
think that this short has a lot of blood, just wait for the feature.
yeah, the
There's
feature has
10
a
times
lot more, and it's very pretty.
yeah, there's just crazy circumstances that these two have to get through, and the journey of them bonding.
Yeah,
So
and how they bond.
yeah, and how they bond.
So, one question I have, since you both directed this movie together as a family, like anyone else who has like let's say there's a parent and a child wanting to make a movie together, do you have any advice for them?
Wow.
Listen to everybody's
Creative, yeah.
output that they give, because
Yeah.
a lot of the time I feel like we think we're so in the right about what our vision is, and half the time your family and the people that you're creating with have great ideas as well. So make it feel very like safe so you can speak those ideas.
Yeah, and we had that. We
yeah.
had that from the very beginning. It was everybody's input. It was, she would have an idea, I would have an idea. My husband, who wrote the script, her dad. It was just
It was really
would constantly.
collaborative.
It was it was a collaborative effort. It was fun.
I think also just I guess in anything creative, just be open to just going as far-fetched as possible, and then you can reel it in.
Also, I would say too, sometimes you have to work in the moment and just, deal with what.
No, I don't know. I think there's also something nice about working with your family, is because you've hopefully established a relationship for so long, so you can say things in the room that you won't take offense to in any way. You know it's coming out of love, but you're like, I need you to shut up right now because I need to speak and get this out. And you know that your family hopefully will not take that as mean in any way.
And walk away
hurt. So because I don't know, that process in general is very, or at least ours was very passionate.
It was really good.
So I think, but I think the thing goes back to is just listen. Like make sure like everybody gets heard, and like also know that it's like collaborative and everybody has like little input. So it's not just
one person's vision.
It's like,
and then we say we as the family, make this.
And everybody helps out.
Yeah. And it is a collaborative effort in making a film in general, because you've got so many people with their vision, and it's just listening. It's about listening to their ideas, and you go, yeah, that works, but let's like extend, like in editing. We had the best time in editing. I mean, just, our editor would come up with an idea and it would be great, and then we'd go on to something else, and then we would kind of, talk about what we wanted to see in this scene. So, and how we would just pause on it was so much fun. But I do think it's all about.
I think it's great working with your family personally. But we all worked really, really well together.
Yeah,
I also think because we have similar visions in mind for it, so that they all kind of one person would say something and we kind of would just like latch onto that and stretch it out to this crazy idea. So I don't know, I highly recommend it.
If you like your
family.
That's awesome. No, that was a beautiful answer. Like, because I always believed in filmmaking or any kind of project to be a collaborative effort.
Oh yeah.
Imagine the challenge like gets even bigger when it's family.
Oh yeah. Like the film industry in general, like making a movie, like that is your family for a month or 2 months or how long you're shooting. Like that is all you know. And I think that's such a beautiful thing about film, is that you have so many different people from so many different backgrounds coming together to make this beautiful thing. And hopefully lots of people like it.
And yeah, that's exactly right.
Because it's very fun when you can. Yeah, but I like
what I also like about that answer is that like it also alludes to the story of the film itself.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I agree.
And so on that, I want to ask you, because this is what I ask a lot of people I interview with their movies. What do you want audiences to take away from this? Like, what can audiences expect? What do you want them to walk away with?
Well, when I told my husband, how when we finish the film, I said it has to be a lot of fun. And so I want people to leave feeling really good about this
Yeah, like
movie
they
and
had
just
like
like
a
they had a good ride.
yeah, a good
Kind of like a little
experience.
roller coaster ride.
Yeah, like a roller coaster ride.
Exhilarated.
Exhilarated and been like, yeah, that was fun.
That was fun. I'd like to see more. And then that's kind of, yeah, I mean, pretty much that's it. Yeah, it was bloody. It was fun. It was, you felt entertaining. You felt the heartfelt relationship between the mother and daughter. But overall, it was
just
fun.
People
It was
to have
fun.
a good time and enjoy it for hopefully probably 80 minutes that you're sitting in the cinema for.
Yeah.
Just enjoying it.
And I think that's what horror does. It's to entertain. It, you know, it's I mean,
and to give a little spook and a little
Yeah.
startle every once in a while, a little adrenaline rush we all love.
a little heart.
Again, adrenaline rush.
Adrenaline rush. There you go. Yeah.
But a good time.
But a good time. Yeah.
So I know that you guys are going to be developing a feature of this. Is there any future work that we could expect from you very soon after this?
Well, I mean, there's like, I mean, I'm working on the soap. I mean, if people watch the soap opera, they, you know, definitely, I consistently am doing that, which is wonderful. I also just finished some more. I don't know if people watch the old or actually play the game, The Old Republic. I do the voice of Akavi Spar, which is, I just recently did some more voiceover work for that, which was great. And for me, I'm just doing a little guest spot on SWAT next week, which should be fun. I'm kind of looking forward to it. But yeah, so that's kind of been happening in the last week. But and you've got photography work that you've been doing, some new, interesting, wonderful.
Yeah,
you know,
see what happens.
Yeah, but it's you know, we just it's been, and I always use this word. This business life, it is such a journey, and you never know what's going to happen, and you never know how it's going to happen, and you just got to stay in it and stay open. So yeah, very true.
Sophia, with your photography, is there any place where viewers can see this? Like, can it be seen anywhere online?
Right now on my Instagram, I mostly have most of my work. But I think it might be showing at one of my friends' exhibits this December, which is kind of exciting, which I just found out today.
Nice.
So we'll see how that goes. So people could actually see it in a little gallery for a second. So that could be cool.
But you also like have been doing it and through other
No, but yeah, most
media,
of my work
like,
is on Instagram. My Instagram,
yeah, but it's really beautiful and it's
H-Map.
very, she shoots on 35 millimeter film and it's gorgeous. And I feel very, very blessed to always get to shoot. She's my only photographer that I trust to work with because it's so beautiful. And pretty much everyone who has worked with her behind the camera, you know, while they're in front of the camera, it's a treat. They really, really love being shot by her because she's just has a vision and is so excited. And I just love it. I love seeing what she's going to come up with next.
Nice. I can't wait to see some of this. Like, I really love this.
You should go on Instagram and look at it because she's done a lot over the years and it's quite, to me, it's quite spectacular. And I'm proud of you.
I appreciate that. But yeah.
I know. I'm a proud mom. I can't help it.
So yeah, is there anything that you would like to leave our viewers with?
I mean, for me, it's just, I think it's from movie was that with Tim Curry and you know, I made him for me.
Oh, Rocky Horror.
Rocky Horror. Thank you. My brain just went into glitch for a moment. I know. But I literally remembered that I made this for me. He goes, I made him for me.
Yeah, I did make him for you.
And I wanted to make a movie and with my family that I wanted to see. Yeah. Because and this is kind of how it came to be. So I hope that people will want to come out and see the movie, the short that we made to get an idea of what our future plans are for the feature film. And yeah, I'm just super excited to start this journey. It's been a really, really good time for me, and I know
Likewise.
Sophia and my husband, and I just I want to go into this other part of my life into something. I want to do something more, and I want to put out something that's fun and has some heart,
Yeah,
but
and-
also just
And long live horror.
yeah, and a lot of blood, as my daughter would say, lots and lots of blood.
And for all those who want to join them on this journey, their film Brand New Cadillac will be premiering at LA Screamfest on Sunday, October 13th. And thank you guys so much for
Oh
saying.
my God, thank you
This was
so
such a
very
treat. Thank
much.
you.
Such a pleasure to talk to you, and thank you for loving our movie, our little short.
So appreciate it.